Hello there, my name's Diane Evans and I'm one of the school nurses here in Warsaw, and I'm just going to do a small presentation today for you, looking at moving your child from nursery into reception. So first of all, I'd just like to introduce you to the school nursing service, give you a little bit of overview of who we are, because up till now you've been used to your health visiting service. So school nurses are all qualified nurses who have additional training in child health and wellbeing. And they work within a team, and we have staff nurses, nursery nurses, support workers and some admin staff to support us. The school nursing team support children and young people from reception age right up until their 19th birthday. Young people who have disabilities or additional needs can access support until they're 25 years old, so a little bit longer there. The team provide advice, support and help with a range of both physical and mental health problems. This is a little way that you can access the school nursing service. We operate what we call a single point of access. We work Monday to Fridays, 9 till 5, and these are the telephone numbers where you can contact us. So the first one is our landline here, 01922 423349, or you can text us on what's called our parent chat health service, and the number's 07520 634 909. We offer a confidential advice and support service. Our text service allows yourselves as parents and carers to contact us anonymously. So if it's something that you don't really want us to know who you are, you just want a little bit of advice, that's the way to do it. Okay, and on the right you can see this is one of our posters, some of the things that we look after for our young people. So, are you ready for your child to start full-time school? It can be a time of anxiety, mixed emotions for you and for your child. Some children and parents, they don't have any issues at all, it's plain sailing and they just settle in quite easily into reception year. It's not such a big transition for some children. However, you or your child or both may feel a bit nervous about this time. You might have feelings of anxiety. You might actually feel happy, excited, or you might feel a little bit worried. These are all normal feelings and emotions that you and your child can go through. And it's important to know that you're not on your own, that most parents and most children will experience these emotions. So some of the things that you tend to worry about, or your children worry about, it will be things like, will they make friends when they get to reception? For some of them, they transition up from nursery with their friends, so that's not such an issue. And for some young people, they're coming in fresh without any friends, and that's why there are the concerns and anxieties around this. So something you might be thinking is, they will love it, I can't wait. They're growing up, which they are. Will they cope being there all day? Will they miss me and get upset? I will miss my parents and carers. Will the teacher be nice to me? So this is the children's thoughts now that they may be having. Not all will have these. What will I have for lunch? Will I see my nursery friends? I'm excited to stay all day. I'm a big kid now. So you can see that the mixture of emotions, questions, queries, they mirror across. So what you're probably thinking and feeling, your children will most likely be thinking and feeling as well. Okay, so we've got something called the think, act and do cycle. This shows us how what we think affects how we feel, which then in turn affects what we do, so our behaviour. Our behaviour will then affect how we think, and the cycle will continue. So it is that circle cycle that goes on. Okay, and it's important to remember children are like sponges. They'll pick up on and copy emotions and behaviours of others. So if we're feeling anxious, if we're feeling stressed about them moving on into from nursery into reception, they will very, very quickly pick up on those emotions. So even if you're feeling it yourself, it's probably a good idea to try and keep that from your child and make it as positive an experience as you can. Okay, so these are some of the top tips for parents. Okay, so we've got health. This is thinking about them starting off fresh with a nice, healthy, balanced diet. Are they getting enough sleep? Exercise. A lot of young children have so much energy. I wish we could bottle it. It's all about preparing and planning, so making sure that perhaps the night before everything's ready, the children know the procedures, know what's expected of them, and then thinking about their emotional health as well. So listening to your child, actively listening, looking at the non-verbal signs from them, and sort of acting on that, like connecting with each other. That's really important. Okay. Calm. It's really important to try and stay calm when your child's feeling distressed or overexcited. You know your child best. You'll know the things that will trigger them, that will make them hyperactive or will distress them or be too much overload for them. So it's all about trying to keep everything as calm as possible. And part of that, what I mentioned before, the preparing and planning will help with this as well. So it will keep your children and yourselves nice and calm and ready to face each day. So we've put here anchor. So in times of change, you as the parent carer will definitely be the anchor for your child. You'll provide that stability, you'll provide that routine for them. Children absolutely thrive on routines, and the more routine we've got, the more stable our children will be. It'll be an easier transition. And I know that's not easy every single day. You know, we do sometimes have chaotic lifestyles. We might be working ourselves and dashing around ourselves to get ready. So a little bit more again about that preparing and planning, making sure perhaps in the evenings before that we're ready for the next day ahead. Okay, and again, I'm repeating myself here, but be prepared. It is really important. Prepare yourself and your child as much as possible before they start school. So even now, sort of thinking about they're going to be moving up to school, start talking about big school, you know, the reception, make it a really lovely place, tell them how great it's going to be there. As much of that as you can do as possible will be brilliant for them, and it'll help them to settle in a lot quicker. Okay, so some more top tips. The first one here is all about grow. So independence, increase their responsibilities little by little. They are now starting to grow up, and you'll see a big difference once they get into school and into reception years. Notice and praise any independence that they show. So it'll be those little things now, like learning to tie their shoelaces, doing their buttons, getting themselves dressed a little bit in the mornings, brushing their own teeth, just with your guidance, but they'll start to do those little things. So it's important to praise that and embrace it, really, encourage it as much as possible. Self-care, getting them to think about eating well, think about like nice balanced diets. We can do like food plates with this, like with all showing all the colourful foods that they need to be eating. Exercising, and this can be really important. Nowadays, there's a lot of technology about, which is brilliant and has its place. However, they do need to still physically be out and exercising, whether that's over the park, whether you're lucky enough to have a garden, a trampoline, a bike, walking a dog if you've got a dog. All of those things, family time, and allow them to relax as well. So time off the technology, time just to wind down, perhaps reading a book, watching a favourite programme on the television, and get them to seek support. So encourage your children to come to you if they're worried about anything, if they're upset about anything, be available for them. Okay, have fun. This is a really important one, and I think, you know, for our young people, there needs to be this downtime. So there's a lot of pressure. They spend a lot of years in school. There's going to be lots of homework coming along as they get older, and we need to have fun as well. It's so important for our children that if they're happy, then they'll learn a lot more and they'll achieve a lot more. So provide lots of light relief and fun for your child. Have fun together. That's really important. Family time. You can't replace family time at all. And finally, communication. So this is about, as it says, talking to your child. Nurture their communication skills. Encourage them, have those times. Choose a time where you're not busy yourself, because we are all busy. So always find half an hour somewhere, after school, where you can sit with your child. You can talk about their day. You can praise them for any achievements that they might have had in the day, tell them how well they're doing. It is important just to have that little bit of time to communicate properly with each other. Sometimes we're so busy, we acknowledge each other, but we're not really sitting down and engaging with each other in that way. So, try and book some time in there. We do have very busy lifestyles nowadays. A lot of parents tend to be working, but it is important. It's important for them, for their development as well. Okay, so life skills that will help your child in full-time school. So play, learn and grow together. Toileting and hygiene. Mealtime skills. Dressing. I think I mentioned a little bit of this earlier. Making friends. Listening and talking, having conversations, playing and sharing. So toileting and hygiene, some young people will struggle with these things at this particular age when they're transitioning from nursery into school. Again, that is something that can be normal. If you're overly worried, then obviously speak to your class teachers and they can get in touch with the school nursing service, or you can contact us yourself on the numbers that I shared earlier. Mealtime skills. So this is about sitting down at the dinner table, learning to use their knives and forks, understanding, about manners and understanding what different foods are, having that nice balance of foods. Dressing themselves, don't need to really explain that, allowing them to have some of those independent skills where they might put their uniform out themselves. If you wash it and iron it and get it ready for them, allow them to get it out and prepare it the night before. Making friends, that's so important for our children, and some children do struggle with this. Some children, their personalities, they're naturally shy, they might find this area difficult. It's just about thinking of ways, perhaps inviting friends round to each other's houses, encouraging those friendships. Listening and talking, we talked about that on a previous slide, and that's about finding that time to have proper conversations with your children. So it's about sitting down and just taking that time and listening to each other. And playing and sharing, that's having fun as well, and it does teach them it's good to share, and then you don't get the sort of tantrums in school with their friends when they don't want to share the toys and things. It's really important to learn some of these skills. Okay, and these skills go on through all of our life, not just in school. Okay, so let's look at some of the more sort of physical health things that will start happening around your child at this time. So this is a little health checklist that we've put together, and the top one there is immunisations. So this is a good time to take a recap, have a look, see whether your children are up to date with all their immunisations. You can inquire about this at your GP practice. They should at this age have had or be having their what we call their preschool booster. So the immunisations that they had as a baby, there's another one that they have just before they enter school. So this is a good opportunity now to think about going to the GP and just making sure that that's happened and they're all up to date with their immunisations. Dental checks. Sometimes this one can be forgotten. So it is important. They have their baby teeth, and as they start losing those, they will then get their adult teeth, and they're the teeth at that point that that's the teeth they've got for life, so they really do need to be looked after. So this is about making sure that your children are registered with a dentist and taking them along for those regular routine health checkups. Each dentist might work slightly differently, so you need to ask your dentist how often they like to see the children. It can be anything from sort of 6 to 12 monthly. So, and again, with the dental health, it's about encouraging your child that little bit of independence. Perhaps you starting to watch them first of all, brushing their teeth, helping them to do that for the 2 minutes a time, twice a day. There's lots of little things that you can buy, like egg timer type things, so that your child will know when the 2 minutes is up, and it makes it fun, and it makes them you know that the time's up, and again it's giving them that bit of independence. Okay, and also along with the practical side of brushing your teeth and going to the dentist, it is important to reduce the amount of sugary foods, and you know, encourage your children to eat sort of the non-sugary foods as much as possible. So then we've got our optician checks. So this is a good time again to just check in on our children's eye health and make sure that they're seeing properly. Sometimes it can be where it starts being picked up if there's any issues. Children might be struggling to see the whiteboards at the front, or even reading up close, and it might be teachers that pick up on it. So it's important to just book them in for a little checkup, and they should have these regular checkups 1 to 2 yearly. Okay. Positivity is key. This is something that we really do say in school nursing. So all of these things will help your child to thrive, to do well, to be confident in themselves. So focus on your child's strengths. What is it that they're really good at? Look for these things in your child. Be positive and enthusiastic as much as possible. Praise and support your child. Believe in yourself and your child. And again, as I said earlier, you know your children, and I'm sure that you know you all do these things. It's just a little reminder about sometimes we get so chaotic ourselves, we're so busy, we're tired ourselves, we've been at work all day. But you know, all these things will help our child to grow and thrive and progress. Okay. So where can you go for advice and support? So obviously we've got our school nursing service. We're going to become quite important in you and your child's life now that they're moving on from the health visitor. So as I said at the beginning, we've got this single point of access, and it's a Monday to Friday service, 9 till 5, and the phone numbers are there again. You can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on Twitter as well. So if your child's too ill to go to school, or you feel they're too ill to go to school, there's a really good website here called www.nhs.uk. Live well, healthy body. Is my child too ill for school? Stay Well Warsaw is another one that you can go on if you're unsure about anything, or you want to look anything up around your child and keeping well and healthy, or any illnesses. And then we've got a website as well, which is really good website. It's called Health for Kids, and it's there, www.healthforkids.co.uk. It's a fantastic website, this is. It's done in an absolute child-friendly way. There's lots of fun games on there, but the games are centred around sort of mental health issues, physical health issues, but it's done in a fun way. So your child is learning, and you can sit with your children and do these games, and they learn so much through it. Lots of parents have said how good they think this website is, and it's, again, this could be some of your time when we were talking about sitting with your child, communicating together, fun things to do together, because as I say, it is done in a real child-friendly way. So there's lots of games on there, but they're getting the information without realising that they're learning, which is really good, really positive. Okay, now normally obviously we'd take questions if we were in a room face to face with you. Unfortunately we can't do that at the moment because we're doing these videos virtually, but if you do have anything after watching this that you really want an answer to, you can always put that question to your teacher and ask them to contact us, or you can text us. on our chat health service, our text service, the number that was on the video, or you can ring the single point of access. We have a duty nurse on every day, 9 till 5, so they will be able to answer any questions or queries you've got from this video. But thank you for listening, and we're looking forward to welcoming your children into their school life. Thank you.